Chef Nutrition. My name is Michael Scott. I'm a nutritionist and we're based here in Tampa, Florida. And my Buccaneers hat is on today just to turn around and say, we won! And you're gonna win too. And why we're doing this is because not only do I do pet nutrition privately, we also manufacture here in Tampa lots and lots of different various soft, chewy dog treats that serve a purpose. They're natural and organic. We're gonna show you some of those in one of my factories this week. But beyond that, we have our guest, Mr. Harlan Cooper. He's our Senior Vice President of all things tasty. And we've got one of our little neighbor buddies here, and this is Rolo you hear in the background. Rolo has various little issues, and I met him by accident, or her rather by accident, out in the front yard playing with my two doodles. So what can we do? We can stop itching, we can stop that stinky breath, itchy paws, loss of fur, and some other things. Like Cooper sometimes here, he gets what I call Frito ears, and when you get Frito ears, oh my goodness, that's a probiotic problem. Microflora's out of whack in the dog, but we're gonna show you how to make some really fun nutritional food at home so you can get away from the big industry of bad pet food that has problems. So we're gonna get on with the show. You can see us on YouTube. We got some other great things we're gonna talk to you about and fun stuff that you can do with your pet. So take care, welcome to my home, and we're gonna walk off to the kitchen and get started making stuff now. So here's the ingredients we're gonna use today. We're gonna use sweet potato and carrots and spinach. Those three ingredients are gonna go in one of the Bow-Wow Meatloafs. This is to help prevent anal gland problems so you can save that $200, $300 trip to the veterinarian. You feed them this for about a month, 2-3 weeks. Pretty soon your dog's going to be in heaven. Plus your dog's going to be healthier too. So this is a combination of ground beef, of course, ground pork, and ground turkey. What you need is about 1.5 pounds each of each one, because what we're going to do is we're going to split this into 2 loaves. So here we go. So you can see the 3 here. We're going to mix them up by hand, and then we're going to start adding the ingredients to make these into the loaves. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to stuff them into here first. Okay, get everybody in there. Then we're going to take, this is 2 cups of unflavored breadcrumbs. And the reason we use unflavored because sometimes my dogs don't like Italian, I guess. So unflavored, then it doesn't compete with what we're going to do with it. So we're just going to take it 2 cups. We're going to sprinkle this over the meat. We're going to get it down to about 1 cup. Okay, there we go. So we need that. Now we're going to need 2 eggs, okay? The eggs are used to make this stick together as well as the breadcrumbs. So think of it as kind of like a healthy glue that we're going to use, okay? So there we go. So now, and there's what you have at this point. And we're going to then hand mash it, okay? That's what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to peel this all the way off. And the reason being is because the health benefits in any kind of potato, whether it's a baked potato for you or a sweet potato, is actually here in the skin. So all I'm going to do is quickly wash it, okay, and we're just going to slightly cut some of this off of it. And you can see this is a pretty healthy daggone sweet potato because look at it, how nice and orange it is. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut this into little pieces. And what we're going to do is we're going to use half of this and we'll put the other half away. And now we're going to cut this up into the other pieces that we want to use. Now one of the things you need to do is when you cut this, don't cut this into slices without the final cut being into a rectangle or a triangle. And again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this to fit on the dog's tongue and down into the mouth properly. And if you look at your dog, it's different than us. Your dog's face is made like a triangle. So here's the nose, and here's the eyes and stuff back here. So the dog's mouth opens like this. So what you want to do is you want to cut the pieces into a triangle because the dog's mouth is a triangle and it will fit down the throat easier and better for him. Now you might have, as a kid, always had your mashed potatoes skinned down. That's fine. Baked potatoes, fine. But for really to get the most nutrition out of your potato, you really want it with skin on it. Now we're going to start on some carrots. I tend to always put carrots or peas into all the different Bow-Wow Meatloafs I make for my doodles. And I do that because, again, they're healthy. I've never had, with either one of Emma or Cooper, any type of problem at the vet where they have an anal gland problem and we have to deal with that stinky stuff in the house or spend the money at the vet. So now we're going to do the same thing. These are just some carrots I had in the refrigerator. Didn't make it to the salad for Dad. Mix these up quick. Again, different angles. And the dogs love this too because you know what? They're chewy. Once we get these baked with the meatloaf, they're savory and they have a good flavor to them. It's a lot of fun for them to eat. Okay, and there we go. So we have the carrots and we have the sweet potatoes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and we're going to start mixing this stuff up. So what do we have? We have turkey, pork, and beef, ground beef, okay? Then we've got the unflavored breadcrumbs on top of it, 2 eggs, and we're ready to go with that. But also in this mix, because we need to get our dog boosted in iron, we're also going to take, Rolly's favorite is spinach. Right, Rolly? Woo! So I always like to use fresh spinach. I don't like to use canned spinach or frozen spinach just because it's too mushy and gushy. So this doesn't have to be cut in any particular way because it's soft. You can also, instead of taking all this time to cut this like I do, you can just tear it apart and shred it up. And again, remember this is all good for you to eat too. So not only are you cooking for your furry family friend, you're cooking for you. So here we go. Now we're going to start mixing this, putting stuff together. So all I do is I first stir up with my hands because I want all these flavors to get together. So we got the pork, we got the ground beef, we got the turkey. Now let's talk about meatloaf pans. Meatloaf pans are not just meatloaf pans. As this cooks, it's going to get juicy and greasy and things like that. So you want to strain that out of the meat. And the way you do it is you buy a pan that has holes in it. So as this is cooking, all the stuff is dripping out and coming through it. So your meatloaf stays nice, tight, and dry. And again, you can see this one. I love this one because you know what? This rust actually, that's iron. So I try to buy this stuff that has a metal base to it. Just like if you use a skillet and you have to season your skillet, this cooking in a cast iron pan is so good for you because it has iron and it naturally gets into your body and gives you more iron for yourself. So let's get this ready to go. And there's nothing special about this part. You just stuff the pan. Now you've got to remember too, this is going to shrink down some, usually by about 20% once you're done with it. And there you go. Look how attractive that is. And if you saw, I didn't put any salt, any pepper, or anything in it, because meat and vegetables and stuff come with it from nature. So even when I go out to eat and stuff, I never use a salt shaker. So our oven's still hot from the gizzards we just cooked. Okay, so we're going to stick these in here. We're going to get it to 350. There she goes. And we're going to time this up to 35 minutes because we're almost there, ready to go. Okay, so now we have it all completed, sitting here ready to go. Served it up to the doodles, and you know, those taste really good. Actually, I'm gonna have a carrot. So, great food, good times. Pet Chef Nutrition. We're gonna teach you how to make it, what to do with it. So learn, make, and share wonderful things for your furry people. Have a good time, and onward we go to the next one.